Okay, we're going to mid with no sword, because I'm a savage.
That's me, almost a decade ago. At the time, I was not too good at Minecraft PvP. But I knew I wanted to be. You can see my stats, only a handful of wins. But over the following years, I would complete an incredible achievement. A cosmetic that took nearly 1,000 hours of gameplay to obtain. Skywars 40 star and the Falling Angel Cloak.
That head was divine looking.
I gotta get off of Bedwars, Peter.
Back in March of 2017, after a few months off of gaming, I opened Minecraft once again, like I had countless times before. I hadn't paid much attention to multiplayer Minecraft. The last time I was into Minecraft in 2015, I was a Mineplex player. The multiplayer space had changed. Hypixel had completely taken over, becoming the #1 server and going on to break world records that summer. Hypixel's success came from two game modes. The more casual Bedwars, a great game, which I love dearly, and my favorite game, and the game I main, and the topic of today's video, Skywars.
Skywars is a difficult game. The thing that makes it hard isn't the actual gameplay. Winning a game isn't too difficult, and most players probably could if they play the game for a day or two. The thing that's difficult is the persistence of the game. Leveling is extremely slow, with it taking 20 to 40 hours to get just one Skywars level. Not only is gaining levels extremely slow, but also Skywars can get very tilting. The games are quick, you queue back up into a new one very fast, and if you're losing over and over again, your brain is going to get annoyed very, very fast.
At the time, I was terrible at Skywars. I had only a few wins and struggled to get more than a kill or two per game before dying to somebody who was much better than me.
What was that hit?
And yes, the gameplay you're seeing right now is mine from 2017 when I was 12 years old. That summer was what I considered to be Skywars' peak. Defib, Tapple, Tabor, and of course Technoblade inspired me to get better at the game. I spent that summer on Bedwars and Skywars slowly but surely getting better and making YouTube videos alongside it. In the following months, Bedwars really started to overtake Skywars, and I focused my energy there. I wanted to get 100 star, but that's a story for another day. Skywars was put on the back burner and would stay there for years. I was in and out of Minecraft typically.
Hey everybody, I'm back. Sorry that I went on a break.
But when I would get back into Minecraft, I would go play Bedwars. I wouldn't go play Skywars. In late 2020, I got back into Hypixel for real this time, and I played an absurd amount of Bedwars for the next year or two. That was until spring of 2022, just about 5 years after I had first gotten to Skywars. I was getting bored of Bedwars. I was over 800 star at this point. At the time, I was about top 25 in solo Bedwars, which I'm not that high anymore, but okay. I wanted to play something similar, but different. So I set my eyes on that old game I used to play in middle school, Hypixel Skywars.
Yo, what's up everybody, it's Jopig. I've really been enjoying Skywars recently, man, and I don't know, it's a pretty fun game mode. You know, I think it can get a little bit boring just playing Bedwars, so, you know, why not switch things up a little bit and play some Skywars, you know what I mean? I want to get double rainbow someday in a way, but...
When I first started, I was just playing for fun. I didn't have any special goals in mind, but after a few weeks, I honed in on what I wanted. An exclusive cosmetic that only truly dedicated Skywars players had. The Falling Angel Cloak.
Pretty much today, I'm going to be talking about, like, what in Skywars I want to do and why I'm playing it as much as I have been recently. Literally, like, the main reason was because there is one cool cosmetic that I want. There's this thing that your star floats around you and you get it at level 40, and I really want it.
Skywars has a few big goals that I could have gone for. Many Bedwars mains turned Skywars players went for double rainbow, which means having 1,000 star in Bedwars, rainbow prestige, and having 50 star in Skywars, which is also rainbow prestige. Both prestiges would be rainbow, and it would show that you were skilled enough to get a prestige that fewer than 1,000 people had in both modes. I should mention, at the time, top 1,000 for star in Bedwars was less than 1,000 star, and it was less than 50 in Skywars, and still is to this day. At first, I thought this would be my goal. I thought double rainbow would be really cool to get, but I quickly changed my mind after I started noticing this cosmetic. At one point, I was in a Skywars lobby and I ran past somebody with 1,200 star in Bedwars, which looks like this, it's like a nice yellow and gold color, and 45 star in Skywars, which looks like this, it's purple. The yellow and purple went so well together, and my brain wanted that rather than Double Rainbow. I know Double Rainbow is more prestigious, but my brain just wasn't into it. I don't know, my brain didn't want it that much. The other issue I had with Double Rainbow is that I wanted my Skywars and Bedwars star to match to some degree, and if I was over 50 star in Skywars, the Rainbow would match Rainbow Prestige in Bedwars, but what if I got beyond Rainbow Prestige in Bedwars, which nowadays I'm 1300 star, so even if I got Rainbow Prestige today in Skywars, I wouldn't have it in Bedwars, and it wouldn't match well, and it just wouldn't look that good. If they released something where you could change your prestige, I'd consider going for it. Right now, with it having to be Rainbow, I just don't know if I really want it that bad. How would I achieve this look of having my Bedwars star above my head, something that I already pretty easily unlocked because you just have to have MVP++ for it, while also having my Skywars star fall around me? I looked into it, and this was what I found. I needed a cosmetic called the Falling Angel Cloak. In Skywars, there's a thing called Angel's Descent, which is right here when you come to this guy, the Grim Reaper. In Angel's Descent, it's a big skill tree that goes through a ton of things, most of which you just need opals to unlock, which you get from getting souls, which you get from getting kills in Skywars. Most of these help you in the game in some way, so for instance they'll give you a perk, or for instance the first one, Avarice, gives you more Skywars coins. Some of these rewards, however though, such as flex kill messages, you need to get a certain level to unlock it. So with Flex Kill Message, you needed to be 25 star or Sapphire Prestige. And with the Falling Angel Cloak, my goal, you needed to get 40 star or Opal Prestige. This takes quite a while to get. It is not a quick process in any way, but I decided that I had to go for it. In 2022, when I was getting better at Skywars, it was a rough process, I'll be honest. I was rage quitting a lot. I was just getting mad at the game more than I really ever did at Bedwars, especially recently. I had gotten quite good at Bedwars, and I expected myself to win most games, just because I was one of the top solo players, and you know, I felt confident about my skill. But Skywars was a whole new game mode, essentially. I mean, yes, I had played it a lot in the past, but I didn't know it that well. So when I went to play Skywars, I was not very good. I was losing a lot. I mean, yeah, I could get some wins. I could grind XP. I was on a rate of getting a level every 2 weeks or so. But again, I started at 12 star. That was what I was at from my time playing previously. And I needed to get all the way up to 40 stars somehow. I should also say, leveling in Skywars is extremely slow. First off, Bedwars leveling, you get XP from playtime and wins. So when you win, yeah, you get more XP. But as long as you're just in-game, you're getting XP no matter what. Skywars was not this way at all. Because the Skywars leveling system was introduced after the game had already been around for a couple years, Hypixel couldn't just make it based off playtime because they didn't have playtime stats. So what they did instead was make Skywars XP be based on kills and wins. Specifically, you get 1 XP, yes, 1 XP per kill, and you get 10 per win. Now, there's ways to increase this, such as corrupted games, Favor of the Angel, and some other stuff, but it was extremely slow. I should also mention, getting a level in Skywars meant getting 10,000 XP. Yeah, 10,000. It's ridiculous. So it took me quite a while to get through some of these early levels. After a couple weeks of getting back into Skywars, I finally got through level 12 and got to level 13. My first level up actually ever in Skywars since they introduced the leveling system, all the way back in late 2018. It was very weird to see my Skywars level finally go up for the first time in ever, actually. This very difficult goal of getting this many levels, though, it made me feel very hopeless a lot of the time, because I was just getting levels so slow. Normally, I could play at about a rate of 250 XP an hour, which meant that I had to play about 40 hours per level. I did speed this up quite a bit later on in my Skywars gaming career, but at the beginning, it took a very long time for me to get certain levels. But I persisted. The levels kept coming, and eventually I did end up reaching 15 star or diamond prestige in Skywars.
I'm so glad we're getting at this game. Last kill. There we go. Okay, cool. We got diamond prestige, dude. Let's go. Hey, look at that. That looks nice, dude. That looks nice. Oh, wow.
This took me a couple months. I was very happy to finally be here, and I felt like I was finally at a decent Skywars star, and I wasn't just a low star that barely had played the game. My levels from 15 to 20 were honestly some of my favorite memories from Skywars. I was getting better at the game. I was able to actually grind pretty consistently at this point, and I was just enjoying myself, man. It never felt too difficult to play the game during this time, and there were so many other people grinding. I should also mention that there was something in-game at the time that made things a little easier. This was called Heartkill. What Heartkill did, if you invited somebody to a party, it would create a party, but then Heartkill wasn't actually a player. They were a banned player that always showed as online, so you could invite them whenever you wanted. And what this would do is it would put you in a party by yourself. The way that Skywars' skill-based matchmaking or soft matchmaking works is that if you're in a party, then it doesn't know what the average skill of the party is, so you could be given harder queues or easier queues. What this meant is that if you were in a party by yourself, yes, sometimes you would have your normal queues with higher stars that are, normally above 10 star and better, which, probably a lot of Skywars players are, but sometimes you would get these baby queues that would be full of really low star players. Was it a little bit rude fighting in these games? Yes, but at the same time, these games, because they were on new accounts, also had more B-hoppers in them. So it was an easier grinding experience, but it wasn't like the games were actually that much better, because you'd run into more cheaters. That being said, this did make things easier, because about half of my games, I was able to win pretty easily. I only had Heartkill around for maybe about 5 Skywars stars ever. I got much better though through Diamond Prestige, but I was making my way towards 20 star or Emerald Prestige in Skywars. Around this time, though, there were lots of rumors, and it was pretty much known that at some point in the coming month or two, there would be a big Skywars update that would change the game. When it released, they did something surprising that I was not expecting. They removed every level cap in Angel's Descent. What this meant is that every item, every cosmetic no longer had a level cap. That also meant that even if you weren't 40 star, you were able to get the Falling Angel Cloak. I remember logging on and I saw 30 stars, 35 stars with the Falling Angel Cloak. I knew that this was an opportunity I had to get it, and so over the next few weeks I grinded quite a bit. It took me 1.5 stars of playing to get enough opals to unlock the Falling Angel Cloak, and I had it for about 2 weeks, and things were great.
In the description, I'm probably literally streaming me hitting 900 star right now if you're watching this today.
I got back into Bedwars quite a bit. I think I hit 900 star around this time. And overall, I was very proud that I had this finally. And I wasn't sure how Skywars looked in the future for me. When I unlocked Falling Angel Cloak at 21 star, sure, it was cool and I was happy that I finally had it, but it also just felt cheap. I think that's the best way to put it. When I had Falling Angel Cloak at 21 star, I was happy, yes, but I mean, did I really have Falling Angel Cloak? Sure, my level floated around me in the lobby, but it wasn't the blue color that 40 star is like I was expecting it to be my entire time playing Skywars. I woke up a few weeks after getting the Falling Angel Cloak, and I woke up to some DMs from people saying that I no longer had it. I was definitely a little disappointed, but also, it was okay. I went to the forums, and essentially what Hypixel did, they added level caps to Angel's Descent only for the cosmetics. I do think this was a good change, and even though I was disappointed that I would have to play another 19 stars or so to be able to get 40 star, and finally get Falling Angel Cloak, I still didn't feel too bad about it.
Yay! Rainbow Prestige! Let's go!
In December of 2022, I got Bedwars 1000 star, and I was very proud of this. I did it right before New Year's, and over winter break, I set a lot of goals for myself to get 3 or 4 stars a day, so that I would make sure that I could actually get up to 1000 in time for the new year. Once I did this, I was very proud of myself for having 1000 star finally, but I felt a little part of me wanting to play Skywars again, and a little part of me wanting to get 40 star finally. What I figured I would do is just play a little bit every day, play 500 XP every day, which this time probably took me an hour to an hour and a half to do. And I would just do this every day, maybe after school, after finishing my homework, whatever. Maybe some days I would stream it as well, and that would be that. And I would be able to get 40 star by the end of the year, on around December 27th. I actually made a spreadsheet of how much XP I would get each day. For the first month or two, things were going great. I was a couple weeks ahead of where I was supposed to be. And I was feeling good, man. I mean, I was playing the game just a little bit every day. I wouldn't play so much that I would get super tilted, because, again, if you're only doing like 500 XP a day, kind of get on, you get your XP, you get off, and that's it. and if I was feeling good, I would play more. This was until about April of 2023. My YouTube channel actually started doing really well. This was the time when I went from having just about 1,000 subscribers to getting almost to 10K over that summer. Because of this, I kind of started focusing on daily uploading and actually making videos a lot, rather than just playing the game, and honestly, I do think it was quite worth it. I don't think I would, even though I fell behind in Skywars by quite a bit, I still felt okay with where I was at. I was making YouTube videos, I was having a good time, meeting a lot of cool people in the community as well. Over the summer though, I decided I needed to get back to my goals.
Yeah, so the other goal that I want to go for, which will be really difficult, but again, I want to do it, is 40 star in Skywars.
I was 1100 star in Bedwars, and over the summer I had 2 goals in mind. I wanted to get 1200 star in Bedwars, and also get 40 star in Skywars. The first one wouldn't be that difficult, and even though I didn't actually get it that summer, it was pretty easy to get if I really wanted to, you know. The Skywars level, however, I realized after just a couple weeks into the summer of playing quite a lot, this would be tough. This was also my last summer home before college. Because of this, later on in the summer, I really wanted to hang out with friends more, you know, be home. I was moving across the country for college as well, and I just decided that I wanted to spend a little less time online. I still had these goals in mind, especially 40 star, but I wasn't sure if I was going to get it. Over that summer, I would get to 30 star, also known as Ruby Prestige. This is a lot of people's favorite prestige in the game. A lot of people really like the dark red. I like it quite a lot, but, you know, I am more of a blue guy myself. 30 star was the first time I actually felt like I was a decent Skywars star. There were people that were Skywars mains that barely even played Bedwars that were a lower star than me. I would stay at this prestige for nearly a year. I didn't really play the game much at all in fall of 2023. That was until winter break when I went back home. Bedwars had just released the Slumber Hotel. Alongside that, Skywars was also just sitting there. And I decided, you know, I looked at what level I was. I think I was about level 32 at the time. And I was like, I could get this over winter break, you know. I mean, it was 8 stars in a month pretty much, which is very difficult. I don't know why I was even thinking that I could do that. I knew that if I got 40 star, even though I would have missed it by a few days because I would have gotten it in early 2024 rather than late 2023, I wouldn't have been that far off of my goal of getting it by the end of 2023. I didn't. I ended up getting about 33 star if I remember correctly, and then when I went back to school in the spring, I really just wasn't that into Skywars or Bedwars. That was until I got home for summer of 2024, and I got back into YouTube quite a bit, and I was feeling good again about the game, and I started streaming Skywars again. Skywars was going okay. I really wasn't playing that well. I was kind of washed, honestly, especially compared to how I played just a couple years before. But things were going okay. I was still enjoying playing Skywars enough that I felt like I could maybe get 40 star finally that summer. I hit 35 star and I knew I only had 1 prestige left, and you know, I was starting to feel like, maybe I could get this finally. When I got back to school, though, a new Fortnite season came out, I had schoolwork, I just wasn't thinking about Bedwars or Skywars that much. Right before winter break, I played a little bit of Skywars and I felt like, I should do this finally. At the time, I would think I was 37 star, 38 star, you know, I was very close. I was only like a level and a half away. Over winter break, though, I wasn't really playing games much. You know, again, I was home, I was seeing friends and stuff, there was Christmas, holidays, all that. I probably could have gotten there during that break, but I decided not to. So now, what year is it? It's 2025. Nearly 3 years after I started playing Skywars again, almost a decade after I first started playing in the first place. I got back to my apartment after winter break, and I got on the game once again. In early February, I started making some videos, and from there I got back into Hypixel, and I saw I was really close to 40 star. I need to just get this finally.
It's 1:30 a.m. I'm 38 star. This is how far through I am. Like, I wanted to get to 9k XP today, but I also just feel like my RNG is just so bad right now. I'm so close, but this next star I can tell is going to be the most difficult out of all 40.
The last week of Hypixel Skywars for me, getting my last star, going from 39 to 40 star, was one of the hardest. The main reason why was player count. Honestly, I think that's the main reason why I felt this way. Not that many people were on,
And a lot of the time, when I would get in games, I would queue the same people over and over again. That, with a small player count and just queuing a lot of the same people, which a lot of these people were also better than me. Some of these were like 100 stars, stuff like that. And I would just queue them over and over again and lose to them over and over again. The last week was rough though, and I recorded some little testimonial type things throughout the week that I'll play for you now. Night 3 update. I think I'm gonna get off here. I'm on track to get this in like a week if I do this every day for the next week. Woohoo!
Although hope seemed lost, and I honestly felt like at the time I was going to have to play some really difficult sessions of Hypixel Skywars, I stuck through it, and I ended up actually starting to play well. Another update.
Look at this, 4.5k. I got so much XP tonight. I just wanted to get to 4k. That was my original goal, and I got all the way up to 4.5k.
I don't know what night it is. I'm lost. I've been playing too much Skywars. Look at this. We're at 6.3k XP.
In like 2 days! 2 days. 48 hours from now, I'll probably have it.
I'm at 8k. That's 2k more XP, which is like nothing. That is 1 day of grinding. Not even, like, I've done more than that in a day.
It is the final night, and it is the end of the final night. It is 2 a.m. I am 1k away. I think this might be the last update.
Yo, what's up? What's up, everybody? What's up? It's time. It's time. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my gosh. 10 XP. 9.5 XP. It's over. Just about. Okay. We'll do Shire. Woohoo. Woohoo. Okay, wait. Let's make like a little platform. I don't have blocks. Guys, make a platform here. Make a little platform. Screenshot. Everybody get in! Screenshot! People, woohoo! Oh my gosh. Guy fought back, wow. It's over. It's over! Oh my god. Oh my god. There it is. It's over.
Skywars has taught me that however difficult a game is, however annoyed you might get, reaching a goal makes it all worth it. 40 star and obtaining the Falling Angel Cloak are something I have wanted for years now, and being able to see myself run around the lobby with my Skywars level falling around me brings a sense of fulfillment and achievement. A sense that I can achieve almost any goal if I set my mind to it. I know it's just a silly block game, but I feel like I can apply this to any goal I have in life. To end this video, I'll say this. Find something you're passionate about, and go for it. Even if it's playing an insane amount of a video game for a year or two, find something that fulfills you. Find something that makes you happy. But pick something that's hard. Pick something that's reasonable for you to do, but something that isn't going to be easy. And keep going towards that goal. Even if there are hard days, long breaks, getting there will make it all worth it. And make you feel capable of anything. Because you are capable of anything. Thank you for watching.